Hi warriors, welcome back to my channel. It's iihwarriorjay here. So I just wanted to say something really quick. I haven't posted in a while. I'm sorry, not a while, I don't know how long, but anyways, I'm in my car, but that's not the point. So many of you guys know I have a service dog. Dex, come. So this is Dexter right here. Dexter's medical and light mobility service dog, including psychiatric as well. So I have to go to Pet Spectrum because I just moved into my new apartment and I needed to go to Spectrum to get a cable box and stuff. So I went into the mall because the mall has a Spectrum. Right when I first walked in, it was very chaotic, crazy people, like just busy. So one thing I don't get is the human race. So I have a service dog, right? People know what a service dog is. If you don't know what a service dog is, where are you living? Because service dogs do exist and I do have one. Thing that I don't understand is when you whistle at a service dog to try to get their attention, when you come up to somebody's personal space and say you have to come and see the beautiful dog, which I understand he's a beautiful dog, I get that. Everybody wants to pet him, and then you go into a personal space, and when the person says you cannot pet the dog because he's working, and you still proceed to pet the dog, and then you get mad when the person that has the service dog says you cannot pet the dog, and you went without asking anyways, knowing it's a service dog and he's working, and then you ask, why can't you pet, why is he working? So I was just let's get it all situated. So I was in the mall trying to look for the Spectrum store, and of course when you have a service dog, that's the one thing, it's just you get a lot of more attention than you usually do when you're out in public in a wheelchair or just a normal thing, you know. I've had him for almost 2 years. He's been working for more than a year and a half. I've gotten denied, I've gotten catcalled, I got everything with him, and I've gotten him pets without asking and drive-by petting, all that you come to know when you have a service dog. But the thing is, don't do it. Don't do it. These dogs have a job, and they have a reason why they're out in public with their person. Not to just be cute, not to be an accessory or anything like that. These dogs literally have jobs to do. And if you don't understand that, then keep it pushing or learn more about it. And if the person says something and then you call them a Karen, or you say that they're mean and then that's not right, think about that person with the service dog. Okay? Because it's very rude for you to come up in somebody's personal space. You don't know what's going on in their life. First of all, don't come up into somebody's personal space and their dog's space. Dexter was clearly uncomfortable. I was clearly uncomfortable. I got up and moved. But don't just go into somebody's space and then all of a sudden pet their medical equipment. Okay, these dogs are cute and they're friendly and whatever, and they're trained, but these dogs are, at the end of the day, are our medical equipment. They are nothing but medical equipment. So if you're coming up to somebody that has a service dog and then you bend down to talk to the dog instead of the owner, and then you proceed to pet them when the owner says not to pet them, that's a totally different thing. So that's my rant. I'm not even done. So we were in the mall and I was figuring out which way to go for the Spectrum store because I haven't been to the mall in a minute and I don't like the mall. It's very chaotic and crazy. So there was a guy with, I guess, his daughter. I don't know. They were Spanish or whatever. He was just sitting there whistling. I heard the whistling at first. Dexter was just like, didn't even hear it, I guess, or whatever. I don't know. He was distracted. I don't know what he was doing. He was just standing there. I turned over and I said, please don't do that. And he was like, what? And I said, please don't do that. Don't whistle. And he was like, why not? I said, because this is a working service dog, and by you whistling will distract him, and if I have a medical episode, he will not know how to alert, or he will get distracted, and he, you know. And he was like, well, then he should be better trained. And I said, do you realize that you're whistling? He is a dog, so he's going to look in your direction and be distracted. I was even distracted. There was so much going on, and I heard you whistling. And I walked away. I said, that was very rude, and I just walked away. So don't do that. If you see a working service dog, leave them alone. Don't whistle. Don't do kissy noises. Don't walk up to somebody with a dog. Even if it's a working dog or not, don't walk up to somebody you don't know, especially a dog, because you don't know how that dog is. You don't know what that dog is doing. And then, so I was so frustrated, and I just ended up leaving the mall. I went to a different Spectrum store. So I was in the Spectrum store. It was so many people there. We were there for maybe like 10 minutes, and then some older lady, she came in, and Dexter looked right at her, and I was like, oh. And he would not stop. Like, when he's uncomfortable with something, he will just stare the person down or stare it down and kind of figure out what is going on. And I looked in his direction, and literally she was like right here when I turned, and she was like, I just had to come over and see how beautiful this dog is, and like literally started talking to him. And I said, please don't, he's working. And she was like, he's working? And I said, yes. And then she proceeded to touch his head, and I literally put my hand where her hand was like at, and I said, please don't, he's working, like I said. And she's like, working? I said, yes, ma'am. And she was like, oh. And then I felt really uncomfortable. So this is what I do when I'm uncomfortable. I get up and I leave the situation. So I got up and like walked a different way, like trying to get out of the situation because I was very uncomfortable. She made me uncomfortable. And so she just like walked away after I walked away, and then I came back to sit down, and I was like, that was so weird and so uncomfortable. So please don't do that to people, because that is just, it just, don't do that to people. That's just so fucking, I had to leave. Like, I could not stay there. Like, she was just kept staring and staring, and like Dexter, you could tell he was uncomfortable because he would not lay down. He usually just lays down and just lays there if we're not doing anything like a service dog's supposed to do. 90% of a service dog, when they're out in public, if we're just sitting there, he will just lay down and fall asleep. If I need him, he will get up and do his what he needs to do. But he could not lay down. I kept telling him lay down, and he was very uncomfortable. The lady just kept staring at us. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna call Spectrum and tell them that deliver it to me, because all I was doing was picking up a cable box. Like, that's all I was doing, picking up a cable box. And that interaction and the other interaction from early this morning going to the mall made me so uncomfortable and made me want to go home. So that's what I'm doing now. So I'm in my car. Dexter's probably laying down. Can't see him. Yeah, he's exhausted laying down. Let me see if I can get him, because who doesn't love Dexter? Hi, Bubba. So this is what he was wearing. So he has this leash that has two things. It says do not pet, do not distract, and the other one says don't fucking touch me. And then he has this harness on. This is his car harness, but he has this thing on, his bandana, that I'm gonna make him a new one because this is for Pride Month. But it says stop, no talk, no touch, no eye contact. This one says federal and state law something, and then the other one says like anxiety medical dog or something, I don't know, something like that. So he literally has like patches, and he has everything on him that clearly says do not touch the dog, and people still come up and touch the dog, which I don't understand. So that's the thing that I don't get. When I feel like, I don't know if it's like equal, but it's like when he's not wearing anything, and sometimes he works naked, because I do live in Florida, so it gets really hot here. But sometimes I just forget his stuff. I leave it in the car most of the time now, but sometimes I forget his stuff, and it's like he works literally in a leash and collar and nothing else. and people are more respectful. And then when he's fully vested with all his patches and everything on him, people are not respectful, and they still go and pet him and touch him and talk to him. And it's like, and then sometimes when he's fully naked, people think they can just go and touch him. So it's like, if he's vested or he's not vested, if he's labeled, he's not labeled, it's like people still, you know, talk to him and touch him and stuff. And it's just, it gets annoying, because it's like, he has his off days. So he has his off days and he gets to go up to people. I know a lot of service dog handlers, they don't allow, like, when they're not working, like when he has his off days, like, to go up to people and things like that. Dexter is allowed to do that when he's not working, and he knows the difference. But there's sometimes when somebody's walking, like, towards us, or like coming to talk to him, somehow he will try to go up to that person, and we're working on that. I think that's the reason why he does that, is because I let him on his off days do that. But a little correction, hey, no, leave it. He focuses right back up. He's a good dog, you know. But it's just, when you label them, when you don't label them, and it's like, you see a big black dog, if you see a dog in general and you don't know the owner or you don't know the person, and they're most likely out in public where most dogs are not allowed, put 2 to 2 together, okay? Because it just makes more common sense. It's like, I've had incidents where that happened, where it's like, we're literally out in public at the mall or something, or at Walmart, and it's like, he's geared up, he's working, and it's like, people are like, oh, it's a service dog? No, I just have a unicorn out in public because I want to have him out in public. No, dummy. Like, it's a working dog. Like, you know, put 2 and 2 together next time. Like, human beings are like the dumbest creature on earth, you know? But anyways, yeah, my rant is over. I just had to record it and say that because it was just, I had to leave. I could not stay in Spectrum because it was just ridiculous. So I'm gonna go home, get something to eat, because I haven't eaten since this morning. And I just killed a bug on my windshield. I haven't eaten anything. Dexter hasn't eaten his breakfast. He has food in the car. I don't know if it's good to leave food in the car, but it's in a bag. So he has food, like, if we're out if we're out and we're out for a long time, he does have food in the car. So, but anyways, I'm trying to make more videos, but I moved into my new apartment, and then I just bought a brand new, not a brand new car, I bought a car and stuff like that. So it was just so much going on. But I hope you guys are liking the videos. I don't know, but anyways, thanks for watching. Next time you see somebody out in public, even if the dog is not labeled or it is labeled, do not touch. Ask the pet before, and do not talk to the dog. Talk to the owner, because it's like, it makes us feel like we're invisible and uncomfortable sometimes. So yeah, that's my rant for today. I will start driving and go home because I'm starving and I have to pee, and Dexter's probably hungry too. So Dex, you want to say bye? Want to say bye-bye? Pause up. There he is. There's the handsome man. Say you need a haircut and a bath. Yes, you need a haircut and a bath. Yes. You ready to go home? Say, yes, mama, you ready to go home? Yes. Okay. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Say bye. Who's that? He's so cute, though. I understand he's cute. Say bye-bye. Okay.